All right, it is a massive year for the cast and crew of Neighbours as they celebrate their 30th year. And last night, they did it in style at a huge party in Melbourne, and our very own Angela Bishop was there.
It truly is a little bit of history in the making. As Neighbours clocks up 30 years of coming into our living rooms 5 nights a week, as we share the joys, the tragedies, the triumphs, the scandals. And then to walk into the room at this spectacular party and see all of the wonderful actors and actresses who brought those stories to life, it's quite an adventure. Come, let's take a look. So is this officially the start of the show's dirty 30s?
Yes. I hope so, because I'm getting a boyfriend soon. I know.
I was worried actually that the show would come to a grinding halt when your ponytail was cut off.
Really? I think I might have lost my virginity shortly afterwards.
Do you think those two things are connected?
Well, I don't know. Just putting it out there.
So I'm here at the Neighbours' 30th birthday party with my long-lost uncle, Carol Bishop. How are you?
At least you didn't say grandfather.
No.
This year a crazy time.
You went over to London for the party over there. What was that like?
Busy. A wall of photography and a lot of talking that night. I didn't get a drink for about the first hour and a half, so I was the last few interviews, I was like...
Then you spent some time in England too. You went over there for the madness?
Briefly, saw the madness and was glad to come back home.
What are you doing here?
I was actually in Channel 7's version of Neighbours. I don't like to talk about it much. I don't like to blow my own trumpet. I was in episode 1.
We'll do it in the morning.
I had a mullet.
Well, it was the law to have a mullet if you worked on Neighbours.
I believe I started the mullet, personally.
Wow, that's a big call, Red.
We had a lot of trouble getting an audience to it in the first instance. It came so close to being axed that the boss of the 10 network said you've got 8 weeks to make it work, or if you don't, MASH is back on at 7 o'clock at night. We had a great on-air competition where the likes of Jason and Kylie and Guy Pearce would literally door-knock suburbs in Sydney giving away colour TV sets.
They have thought of everything at this party. Even the desserts are named after our favourite Neighbours characters. Larrick and Lou, Daphne's Coffee Shop, Dr. Carl's Coconut Confession. What about this? Bouncer's Dream. Do you remember that episode? You look very well for someone who's dead.
Well, I was in a little Zombies webisode series that Neighbours produced just last year. I'm sure you could find that, where I literally did come back from the dead.
What happened to you, Robinson?
The amount of English backpackers who have wanted to shake the hand that pinched your bum. I pinched her bum. I pinched her bum. It wasn't an unpleasant experience.
Describe for us the last time Neighbours fans saw you.
Do I really have to? It was my golden Godiva-like tresses flying out of my wedding vehicle as I went off a cliff, driven by my brand new husband. Washed out to sea, never to be seen again, still didn't win a Logie. Go figure.
Especially for you.
There's even some family photos on the wall. Remember these guys? What did you think when you first saw Kylie Minogue?
Well, she was very young. I remember that very, very clearly. Like a little rosebud. That you saw something there that was going to really, you know, create and grow into a beautiful rose.
My favourite memory is that my son started in the show. And it gave him the opportunities of being exposed to this business, which is, it's a tough business. And if you get that exposure and you do well with it, you go on to bigger and better things, and that's what he's done. I saw his audition tape. It's a wonder he got the bloody job.
When you see Margot Robbie up on the posters for Focus and Ashley Brewer and Bold and the Beautiful and Kylie Minogue and Jason and Guy Pearce and all those, does it cross your mind what Neighbours can lead to for someone like you?
Absolutely.
I love my job more than anything in the world, and I want to stick around for as long as I can. But the next step, you know, I'd love to try something else. I'd love to do movies. I'd love to, you know, follow in her footsteps.
How far do you think this show can go?
We have a completely new audience now.
We have fans who've been watching it since the beginning and still love it. They've grown up with it. But we have this wonderful new audience. They're young. They started watching the show like 5 years ago. They're devoted to it. So who knows? The sky's the limit.
Well, it has been quite a party, and I'm not exactly sure whether you're supposed to take home souvenirs, but I found this, and it's coming with me.
And she got through airport security as well,
Yeah.
which is really, really good.
That is going to be on eBay in about half an hour. That is just going to go off like a frog in a
Oh,
sock.
what happens, Neighbours?